Hi folks. For those of you who are using the original EasyPress, I've recorded this video with CRICUT Infusible transfer sheets and a CRICUT compatible tote. Keep watching! We're going to start our project in Design Space. So I am going to be cutting out this image to apply to a tote bag. I've sized it 7 by 7 and we're going to make it. I'm going to be using CRICUT Infusible ink transfer sheets. We want to be sure to mirror our image and click Continue. I'm going to select my CRICUT Maker. You can also do this with the Explore family of machines. We're going to browse all materials and you will search for Infusible. You can see that I've already added it to my favorites. We'll select that and click Done. We're going to the next step to cut our project. But first, I want to show you the interactive heat guide on Cricut.com. When you open this site, it will default to Cricut EasyPress 2 for best results. Let's go ahead and look at what settings we get. Infusible ink transfer sheets with the tote bag, the CRICUT tote bag. Apply. And we could see that we would press at 385 degrees for 40 seconds with the EasyPress 2. We're going to switch to the EasyPress Original. Choose Infusible ink transfer sheets again. Choose our tote bag and apply. So for use with the original EasyPress, we're going to press at 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 120 seconds, light pressure and warm peel. So let's go ahead and get ready to cut. I've cut my infusible ink transfer sheet down to 8 by 8 because my image is 7 by 7 and I don't want to handle more than I have to and waste it. So we're going to load that into our machine. You might want to double check that you have mirrored your image. And also I see a lot of questions asking if this product can be cut with the Explore series machines. And yes, absolutely it can. We'll press go. And my machine will cut our design. And we're ready to weed our project. Okay, so you want to just kind of crack the material so that you find places to lift. And as I mentioned in other videos, I was taught this little trick to start weeding at the top of your letter or image. It's much easier to start than it is to try and pick from a corner first. So I'm just going to pull away the excess. And I'm going to speed up the video at this point because I'm sure you don't want to watch me pull off all these excess pieces. And there we go. We're ready to apply. We're going to be applying it face down to our Cricut tote. So I'm going to get set up to do the application. So please keep watching. And we're all set up to press our project. While we're waiting for the EasyPress to heat up, I have set it at 360 degrees for 120 seconds, as we saw in the EasyPress guide on CRICUT.com. I've got my large EasyPress mat to protect my surface. You always want to protect your surface when you're doing EasyPress. I have cardstock on that mat to make sure absolutely I don't want to get ink onto my mat, so I'm going to overprotect. It's always a good habit. I have my 12 by 12 mat that I'm going to use inside the tote bag so that the ink doesn't bleed to the back of it. I have my CRICUT tote that's compatible with infusible ink, my butcher paper that I'm going to use during the pressing process. You definitely want to have a fresh lint roller on hand. I have my project ready, and we are going to cut away the excess carrier sheet around the edge. It's a good thing to do. Heat transfer tape, and I have scissors and tweezers on hand, and we're all set up. Our EasyPress is ready, so let's go. I open my tote bag, and I'm going to put my 12 by 12 mat and cardstock inside the tote bag. Center it up to make sure it's all protected, and put that on the cardstock on my other mat. We are going to prepare our surface by using our lint roller. Anytime that you're using the infusible inks on fabric, you want to be sure that you use your lint roller to take off any tiny lint that might be there. You can see on the lint roller, the tote bag does look clean to the eye when you look at it, but there's always little tiny specks of lint. And if you were to press your infusible inks on those lint and then lint roll, you would see that you would have tiny little specks where the lint absorbed the ink. So you want to make sure that you've done that well before you start pressing. And I press my surface for 15 seconds. This is going to, no pressure is needed. This is going to absorb any of the moisture in the fabric. I was at 120 seconds, so I let it count down to 95. I'll take away my parchment paper, and the surface looks ready to go. We want it to cool down, because the moment that you put your infusible ink onto a hot surface, the ink will begin to transfer. In the meantime, I'm going to trim this up so we don't have any excess carrier sheet. There we go. Still very warm, so we're going to zip ahead to the future when it's cooled down. All right, I believe we're ready to go. I'm going to place my graphic where I want it. Ink side down. And after doing a couple of these with the original EasyPress, I did notice that because the press was on for 120 seconds, I did see some curling on my graphic. So I'm just going to use some CRICUT heat resistant tape to secure my image, so that I don't have it lifting and causing anything to be smeared or bleed. It's a good idea. I'm putting a lot of tape. I don't think you need to put this much. but I want to make sure it's nice and secure. There we go. That should do it. We're going to cover again. When we apply our EasyPress, we want to make sure that we place it straight down. Do not be moving it around. Just straight down and start your timer. You need only light pressure. No reason to lean on it or stand on it, nothing like that. Just light pressure. I'm going to speed up this video so that you don't have to watch the full 2 minutes. And we're done. I've jumped ahead on the video to the full 120 seconds finished. We're going to leave this alone. Do not move it. Do not pull out the mat or the cardstock. Just let it set. It needs to cool before you start removing it. In the meantime, you want to have your Cricut tweezers or any good tweezers on hand so that if ever a piece of your cutout was to stay on the surface when you remove your carrier sheet, you don't want to be using your hands to pick it up and possibly cause a smear from residue left on that piece. So you want to use tweezers to lift it very carefully. And we're going to jump ahead to when this project has cooled completely so that I can remove the carrier sheet. Okay, this feels good. We're going to go ahead and lift it. So you want to do carefully. And you want to roll it back. And this turned out absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. The colors are terrific. So I hope you're excited that you can use this Cricut Infusible inks with your EasyPress one. The process is a little longer, but you can still create a beautiful project. We're going to move. You see the ink has not transferred through, but I prefer to protect my mess, and I'm sure you will too. So that's our gorgeous bag. No ink on the inside. It's perfectly fine. The image does not distort. Gorgeous. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to share with all your friends. Thank you for watching.